Hello and welcome back. I'm Emily, and today we are going to do part 2 of my DIY embellishments off of those really fun prints that I made. If you have not watched how I made these prints, then that will be below, and then also part 1 of these embellishments will also be linked down below. So first thing I'm doing again is just making sure that all of the larger areas I'm getting for my cards. So anything that is 3x4 or 4x6, I'm cutting down. I just love how these came out. I'm super, super happy with the end product. I already put them away in my DIY sticker books, and I'll link that down below as well too. So these colors all really go together just because I use the same paint to do all of the prints. So it's really just a yellow, blue, and red. So they all mix together because that's what those colors do. All the colors come off of them. So I am using my tiny words just to add a little extra. I try not to put too much on my embellishments so that I can kind of customize them for whatever I end up using them for. So I am trying to make sure that I use a lot of white. The last round I didn't use really any whites, so I wanted to make sure that I used a lot of these white ones just so that they kind of will pop off any pages that I am using on a colored background. So what could you use these embellishments for? Well, you can use them for scrapbooking, project life, or your layouts. You could use them for cards would be really nice. You could use them really for anything you want to get crafty on. I made a ton of these at Christmas for some photo canvases that I did for my daughter that I kind of use them as an embellishment so she could hang some pictures on them. But really, they're just really, really fun. I mean, I love these because when you're going and you're doing your layouts, like sometimes you're just not in the mood to either first start painting, second of all, that you don't feel like using a ton of glue and getting really messy. You want to get stuff done. You want to have things already made for you. And when I'm in moods like those, that's when this is perfect. So a lot of the times if I'm in a super creative mood when I'm doing a scrapbook page, I don't feel like I need to use these. I'll just make them as I'm going. But there are days that I, like right now, where I am in a major scrapbooking slump. Like I cannot get myself motivated to do any scrapbooking. That is why there's been so many DIY stuff, because that's what I've been excited about right now. So there's no reason to force yourself to do something you don't want to do when you're doing the hobby that you love. So I've always found that these little embellishments are a great way to restart my scrapbooking love. So I can use them. But still, I'm going to just keep using a little bit more of these word stickers. If you didn't watch the first part, and anytime I have printables that are tiny, tiny words that I don't want to put in like tape on and put in my sticker book, I will just put them in this little bin that I have like a whole little area of my craft room that I just have fun little things to make DIY embellishments on. So I just always grab that little bucket, and it makes a lot easier that I'm not having to cut anything. And I try to use really generic words. So cute and adorable and this was awesome, that kind of stuff. So, or I love yous. I love yous are always really good. This one says cutie. So anything really generic that I could use on any page and it won't really matter is always the key to doing this. I have a question for you guys. So what kind of embellishments do you like to make? Do you like to do like the super long border ones? Do you like to do flags and pennants? Like, what are you guys into? Because I really only ever do like circle, like a big circle, a little circle, stars, and hearts. Like those are kind of what my go-to punches are. So that's what I always do. But I'm really curious to see what other people they make. I've made a lot of border ones where like they're like long pieces of paper, but I just never use them. I don't know what it is about them that it just doesn't click in my head, but I always will like to do stars and hearts. The one I want to get, okay, so this doesn't make sense why I'd want to get this punch, but I think I want to get a hexagon punch because I love hexagons. I think they're so much fun to scrap with. I like how they all can connect to each other. I just think it's really, really fun. So I think That's the next thing on my list. Does that look like the Pixar ball or what? It's so cute. But I think that's the next stamp or punch, sorry, that I want to get is a hexagon one. And then I can make some really, really fun ones. I mean, I could get my Cricut out and just punch a bunch, but I need to be in the right mood to get the Cricut out. So I am still working on my stars. A couple of them I just loved what the paint did, so I just kept them by themselves. And I use a lot, like I do. Oh, how cool is that? I love, love, love these. But a lot of times I'll just use shapes by themselves and put words that go with the layout. And I'm really happy with that. A lot of times I like to scatter like little shapes. Like I'll start with big hearts at the bottom and go up to little hearts, and I'm cool with it. So I'm super pumped about this. Coming up soon, I'll show you all of the ones that I've done from from both videos, not just this one. These are just turning out so good. I was so happy. I put them in my sticker books this morning in like the little pre-made embellishment tab in my book, and I was so happy. I was so excited. Let's see if I was excited enough to actually scrapbook something later tonight when I go craft, but we'll see. I'm super happy about it though. Oh, guys, I have to redo my craft room, show you what I've done. I have changed so many things. I have moved a bunch around. I've reorganized a bunch of stuff. Every month I feel like I could do another craft room tour because it just changes so much. Am I the only one, or do you feel like that? Like, I can't be the only one that their craft room changes like daily. It's just nuts. So here is the final result. I have a ton of stuff I can still make, but I just wanted to show you the ones that I have made now. And then I'll probably use just the little other stars, just stick in my sticker book for when I'm actually doing layouts. But I love how these turned out. I am so excited to start using them, and I'm really inspired. I think I'm going to do another beach one just because I love these beachy ones. And I did make a bunch of other cards too. So okay, I don't know why it made that. Okay, who loves that Totally Wicked one? I'm putting that in my Halloween book like immediately. But I love them, and I think that they all kind of go together in this weird way because I really only use red, blue, and yellow paints. So here are my 3x4s that I use. This one I made in my first video. I love how this turned out. It's so fun, and I like this one a lot too. This was just one of those like random little pieces of paint that made a fun little indentation. But these will be really good for when I have like a bigger photo that I don't want to add anything extra for project life. Or I can put even a little bit of journaling on it with like a sticker. But they're so beautiful and they're so fun. I just didn't want to do too much to them. And I mean, half of these I just want to like put in a frame and put them on the wall. I just love them so much. This one is just like almost a full paper's worth. But these are one of the first ones I did, and I love these. I love how the paint went right into each other. For that one, I think I used maybe a green as well. The one before this one. But I love the yellow, how it popped in this. I used a really high quality yellow, so it really stood out. The pigmentation really lasted. I mean, that's just beautiful, beautiful. And look, it turned a little bit of like teal. These are my 4x6s. I definitely think I used a green. I'll have to look back in that video that I did. But these will look awesome underneath just a really nice picture. And they'll make my page look just really fun and colorful. And that's what I really like to do. Thank you so much for watching and hanging out with me. If you have any questions, put them down below. Give me a thumbs up if you liked this. And don't forget to subscribe. See you soon. Bye.